Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight I am your host, as always, Devin, and tonight we got a special one, like we do every night. We're gonna listen to some house band jams. I've got some funny stuff lined up for you, and tonight's special guest we have, of course, the musical genius himself, Jake Tambor. Oh my God. So, Jake, tell us what you've been up to lately.
Well, I'm exhausted.
You're exhausted?
Yeah.
Okay. Could it be the recent girlfriend? Keeping you up late?
I really shouldn't talk about that.
Could it be the fact that could it be your music career? You've been popping off lately. Over 20 songs in the top 50.
No, it's a little more complicated than that.
Okay. Well, if it's not the girlfriend and it's not the job, could it be the film that came out recently? You know, it's been rated highly on a lot of critical sites.
No, it's something that I can't really put into words.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to commercial and we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're here with Jake today. And Jake, you had something to say right before we cut to commercial break?
Yes, I am the last hope for humanity. The music is from the past. My past, I'm from the year 2221. I was sent from about 200 years in the future to prevent the seemingly inevitable, the death of creativity. By the time I was about to leave, we had only 60 songs that were deemed original and creative enough to potentially restart creativity and hopefully keep it going. And try to fight this media oversaturation.
It sounds like you think that too much of something is bad.
It is. Daniel, tell me, how many other late night talk shows occur within 2 hours of your show? 12 at least? And you can't even see the problem because you're part of this, shall we say, very single-minded, droning failure that drives creativity and cleverness down the shitter.
Well,
when that movie studio announced that their next 40 projects would be determined by the success of their next 15, and then, lo and behold, their whole plan fell apart when 5 flopped because they released the same movie 5 times in the same year. Now, no one wants to watch 5 of the same movie in the same year, and no one new wants to compete in a dead market that they killed. Their whole plan is what killed them. And now the entire ecosystem of creativity is built on the back of references to pop culture. Everything is a reference to a reference to a reference, and I can tell that nothing that I have done has made a difference, even yet.
So, if what you're telling me is true, which it probably isn't, you're telling me that society gets so wrapped up in these pop culture references and popularity that they have to steal the plot from the Terminator to prevent its collective collapse?
Yes. It was so easy to get wrapped up in our own fear of creativity that it strangled our future. We became so obsessed with trying to hold on to this withering mediocrity that we forgot to forge our own path. Real artists are so rare in the future because everything had been done before poorly, cheaply, and a million times over that no one bothered to do anything new ever again. Even the scientists that came up with this whole plan had to reference it from something instead of starting something new and unheard of. And you can see it even now that this set isn't real. There's no audience. There's nothing real here, Dan.
But I'm here.
Are you?
Jake, I'm at a loss for words. But I see my mistake, our mistake as a species, and not to perpetuate this, but there's a quote from the great dictator. It says, "The kingdom of God is within all men." Not one man, not a group of men, but in all men. Ladies and gentlemen, at home and in the audience, effective immediately, I will be no longer appearing on the air. I will be making a difference in my life and dedicating it to the art of life. I think you all should do the same. Read a book, paint a picture, film something, cook, tell someone I love you with the passion of 1,000 suns. Jake, any words for the masses?
Try. Just try. A little every day. If you can't come up with something, work with someone who can. Pay them and tell them how much you appreciate something new. Come up with a solution to climate change, or write a saga that surges humanity beyond what we once thought possible. Just make something your own. We have to start now.
Thank you, Jake. I think on that note, we are going to close it early for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your years of support, and good night.